At the very limits of everything we know, the universe begins to unravel into mysteries so vast that even our most powerful telescopes can only whisper their outlines. Out there, distances stretch beyond meaning, time bends into impossible shapes, and light itself begins to fade into silence. At the cosmic frontier, reality becomes thin, porous, revealing hints that the universe is far stranger, far older, and far more alive than we ever imagined. Tonight, we drift toward that boundary, toward the outermost shore of existence. What happens at the edge of everything? And what does it reveal about the nature of reality itself? Like and subscribe if you enjoy journeys. It truly helps. Now, settle in. Let's begin. At the universe's edge, even starlight grows tired. Photons stretch into colder, quieter wavelengths, slipping away into a darkness so ancient that time seems to slow around it. Here, at this distant frontier, light no longer behaves with the confidence it once had in the bustling heart of galaxies. It drifts instead like a weary traveler, stretched thin across unimaginable distances. The photons that do reach us feel fragile, almost hesitant, as though they have forgotten what warmth and brightness truly are. They fall across your vision like the last embers of a fading fire, soft and delicate, barely holding on to the memory of the stars that created them. Imagine floating in this vast stillness, where every direction feels equally infinite. There is no up, no down, only the quiet exhale of a cosmos slowing into calm. Even the familiar hum of background radiation diminishes here, leaving behind a silence so complete it feels physical, wrapping gently around you like a cool, cosmic blanket. In this distant place, the universe reveals a softness it rarely shows, a place where everything is stretched thin and hushed. As you drift farther, galaxies themselves appear to melt into the background. Their spirals, once crisp and radiant, blur into faint smudges of light. They are not disappearing, they are simply being carried away by the relentless expansion of space. It is a reminder that the universe is not static. It is breathing, widening, unfolding. And at its edge, that motion becomes something you can almost feel, like a slow, rhythmic pull guiding everything outward. The stars here are ghosts of their former selves. Some shine with ancient light that has traveled for billions of years, only to finally arrive as a whisper. Others have slipped beyond the cosmic horizon entirely, their glow forever unreachable. To stand at this boundary is to witness the last visible threads of the tapestry we call the observable universe, a tapestry that is quietly unraveling with every passing moment. But this fading is not tragic. It is peaceful, like watching the sky dim during the last moments of twilight. There is beauty in this slow retreat, in the way the cosmos softens into its own horizon. The darkness here is not empty. It is full of potential, of possibilities that have simply stretched too far for their light to reach us. Beyond this invisible boundary, space continues. Vast, unknown, untouched. You float there, feeling the space around you grow cooler, quieter. The fabric of the universe feels thinner, as if you could reach out and brush your hand against the edge of existence itself. And yet, even here, where time loses its urgency and light loses its shape, there is a gentle steadiness, a reminder that the universe is still moving, still expanding, still writing its endless story. At the universe's horizon, you are not witnessing an ending. You are witnessing a transformation, a slow fade into mysteries that lie forever out of sight, yet always present in the soft, stretched glow of the cosmos fading into forever. Out here, miles and light years dissolve into abstraction. Space grows so vast, so empty, that numbers fail, leaving only the soft hum of infinity. In this region of the cosmos, distance is no longer something you measure. It's something you feel. It drifts around you like a slow-moving tide, gentle and endless. The familiar scales we use to navigate our lives, meters, miles, even light years, lose all relevance. They crumble under the weight of such magnitude. Out here, separation is both immeasurable and strangely intimate, for everything is connected by the same quiet emptiness. As you move through this boundless expanse, the idea of far away becomes almost quaint. Stars that were once pinpricks on a map now seem to exist in a kind of suspended stillness. Their light takes ages to reach you, yet somehow it arrives with a sense of immediacy, as if time itself has softened its grip. The distance between one glowing point and another feels less like a gap and more like a deep, tranquil breath drawn by the universe. Imagine drifting through this place, where the only landmarks are faint ripples in space-time, subtle bends and curves created by long-lost galaxies. These distortions are gentle reminders that even in emptiness, gravity is still at work, shaping the silent sea around you. Yet nothing pulls with urgency. Everything moves with the slow, unhurried grace of a dream. If you listen closely, you might imagine a low vibration beneath the silence, like the hum of an ancient engine still running after eons. It isn't sound in the traditional sense, but a feeling, a quiet resonance that seems to emanate from the universe's very fabric. It pulses faintly, rhythmically, like a heartbeat too vast to comprehend. And in that cosmic rhythm, distance folds in on itself. The separation between here and there becomes a gentle blur. As the emptiness deepens, time itself begins to stretch. Seconds drift into minutes, minutes into hours, yet you feel none of it passing. Space is not merely wide here, it is calm, serene, almost meditative. It invites you to float without destination or urgency, to let go of the instinct to measure or compare. In this stillness, your thoughts become lighter, quieter, as though they too are dissolving into the vastness. Stars that remain visible seem to hang in place, their distance immeasurable, their glow steady and reassuring. They aren't milestones on a journey, they are companions in a shared, expansive solitude. The darkness between them is not empty space, it's a soothing canvas, holding every point of light with gentle care. Eventually, you realize that in this part of the universe, distance is a story we tell ourselves, a way to understand a cosmos that simply is. Out here, there is no close or far. There is only presence, the presence of stars, of silence, of you drifting through a realm where scale loses meaning. And as you glide onward, wrapped in the soft hum of infinity, you understand that the universe isn't measured in miles, but in moments of wonder, moments that stretch endlessly into the quiet, immeasurable dark. The universe is wrapped in a faint afterglow, the last whisper of the Big Bang, growing thinner and colder as we drift farther from home. This faint glow is everywhere, woven into the very fabric of space. It is not the sharp, bright light of stars or galaxies, but a soft, ancient warmth, like the final embers of a fire that once burned with unimaginable intensity. This afterglow, the cosmic microwave background, is the oldest light we can see, older than any star, older than any world, older even than the galaxies themselves. It is the universe's own memory, drifting quietly through time. As you move deeper into the cosmic wilderness, this glow stretches into even longer, quieter wavelengths. It becomes less like light and more like a whisper, subtle, delicate, almost imperceptible. Yet it remains, humming gently in all directions, as if the universe is still exhaling from the moment it burst into being. That exhale carries with it the story of everything: the expansion, the cooling, the birth of matter, the rise of the first stars. Imagine floating through this background glow as though you're drifting beneath an ocean of ancient light. There are no currents, no waves, no tides, only a uniform, tranquil field of energy spreading endlessly in every direction. Its softness is comforting. It's a reminder that even in the farthest reaches, you are surrounded by the universe's earliest moments. You are never truly alone. Slowly, the glow becomes colder. Its warmth, already faint, is stretched thin by billions of years of expansion. Photons that once pulsed with fierce intensity now drift like chilled particles of memory. They slide past you with gentle indifference, quiet as snowfall, carrying no heat, no urgency, only existence. Their journey has been long, but they still move forward, gliding softly through the dark. If you close your eyes, you might almost sense this ancient tide flowing around you. Not as brightness, but as a presence, a low, steady hum beneath the silence. It is the quiet rhythm of the cosmos, older than any sound, older than any dawn. It fills the darkness with a subtle texture, a reminder that the universe is never entirely empty. Even in the deepest voids, something remains. Galaxies may drift far apart, stars may fade, but this background glow persists. It is the last universal thread binding everything together, stretching across unimaginable distances. As it cools, it becomes a kind of cosmic lullaby, soothing and unhurried, guiding you gently through the vastness. Far from home, the glow reveals its true beauty. It is not just relic light, it is a map of the universe's earliest ripples, frozen in place. Slight variations in its texture whisper secrets about the first clumps of matter that would one day become stars, planets, and you. The cosmic glow is not simply old, it is the foundation of everything that followed. Drifting through this sea of ancient light, you feel the quiet continuity of the cosmos. The Big Bang may be long past, but its whisper remains, wrapping the universe and you in a soft, eternal afterglow. The farther we travel, the more isolated galaxies appear, each glowing cluster drifting alone through an ocean of black. Out here, the universe begins to feel like a vast archipelago, an endless scattering of luminous islands separated by gulfs so immense they defy imagination. Each galaxy glows softly in the distance, a self-contained world of stars, dust, and dark matter, drifting in a darkness so wide and deep it becomes almost soothing. These galaxies once felt close together, neighbors sharing a cosmic neighborhood, but as space expands, they slip gently away from one another, like lanterns carried off by different currents. When you look back, familiar galaxies seem to shrink into tiny sparks, their swirling arms barely visible, their once brilliant halos dimmed by drifting distance. They aren't fading because their light has weakened. They are fading because the space between you and them is stretching. The farther you go, the more each galaxy appears to be alone, suspended in its own pocket of the cosmos, with nothing but silence surrounding it. Imagine floating through this stillness, watching these cosmic islands drift by like glowing continents whose shores you will never touch. The blackness between them is not frightening. Instead, it feels calm, like the deep void between waves on a perfectly still sea. There is a tranquility here that is unlike anything near home. Space is no longer a busy canvas full of stars. It is a gentle, ink-dark ocean with only occasional lights shimmering across its surface. Sometimes a galaxy will appear larger than the rest, a brilliant swirl with a bright, beating heart at its center, a supermassive black hole pulling stars into an elegant dance. Other times, you'll see only a faint smudge barely distinguishable from the dark, but all of them, no matter how bright or dim, seem to float with the same serene independence. They do not compete for space, they simply drift, content in their solitude. As you pass farther still, you begin to sense how profoundly isolated each one is. The nearest galaxies sit millions of light years apart, their light taking ages to cross the silent gulf. If you focus, you can almost imagine the photons from one galaxy stretching and cooling as they travel, arriving tired but determined, like ancient messengers carrying stories from places you will never reach. And yet, there is beauty in this separation. Each galaxy becomes a jewel resting on an impossibly dark velvet backdrop, shining not because it seeks attention, but because shining is simply what it does. The darkness around it only makes its glow more peaceful, more meaningful. Eventually, you realize that this great cosmic distance isn't empty at all. It is the space that allows each galaxy to be fully itself. The universe stretches not to scatter things, but to give them room to unfold. Drifting here, among these lonely islands of starlight, you feel something unexpected, a quiet companionship. The galaxies may be isolated, but together they fill the vast, dark ocean with a gentle constellation of possibility. Even in solitude, the cosmos remains beautifully, endlessly connected. The space between everything is stretching, slowly pulling galaxies apart, creating a cosmic tide we can feel but never escape. Out here, you can almost sense the universe breathing, an ancient, unhurried inhale that has been unfolding since the dawn of time. This expansion is gentle, steady, and unrelenting. It does not rush, nor does it pause. Instead, space-time stretches like a soft, cosmic fabric, subtly lengthening the distance between stars, clusters, and galaxies alike. The motion is so smooth, so uniform, that you don't notice it happening from moment to moment. Yet, over the vastness of billions of years, its effect becomes undeniable. As you drift through this quiet, widening cosmos, the expansion feels less like movement and more like a tide. Not a crashing, rolling tide, but a slow, whispering one, an undercurrent that flows beneath everything, carrying worlds away from one another with infinite patience. You can't see it directly, you can't touch it, but you can feel its presence in the way distant lights grow fainter, in the way familiar shapes gradually soften into the dark. Imagine holding your hand out into this cosmic tide. It passes through you effortlessly, as if you are made of the same expanding fabric. And in truth, you are. Every atom, every particle, every breath you take is woven into this grand stretching. The expansion does not occur around you, it happens within you. 2. You are floating not on the surface of the universe, but inside its ever-growing sea. In the near distance, galaxies glide outward like drifting lanterns, each carried by the same invisible current. Their motions aren't random, they're synchronized, each participating in the same quiet dance choreographed by space-time itself. This dance has no destination and no finish. It is simply the universe expressing its nature, to grow, to expand, to unfurl. The farther you wander, the more pronounced this expansion becomes. Light traveling between galaxies arrives tired, stretched into longer wavelengths, fading from bright, energetic blues into deep, cold reds and beyond. This is the universe's gentle signature, the redshift that tells the story of its stretching fabric. Every beam of light is a witness, an ancient traveler revealing just how far it has been carried. And yet, there is no tension in this cosmic widening, no strain, no resistance. It is a peaceful process, like watching the horizon slowly drift away during a quiet sunrise. Time itself seems to lean back, relaxing into the expansion, allowing space to take the lead. You may drift for what feels like moments, or perhaps lifetimes, yet the tide never changes its rhythm. There is something profoundly calming in the realization that this expansion is universal. Every galaxy, every star, every atom is simply following the natural flow of space-time. It is the universe's way of continuing onward, of unfolding its story across scales too vast for any one mind to hold. As you float through this ever-stretching cosmos, the truth becomes gentle and clear. The universe isn't pulling things apart to create loneliness, but to create room for new stars, new worlds, new beginnings. In the soft tide of expanding space-time, everything is moving together, quietly, peacefully, always onward. As galaxy clusters fall behind us, silence takes on a new meaning, deeper, heavier, like a cosmic breath held for eternity. Beyond the last great gatherings of galaxies, the universe begins to feel profoundly different. The clustered brilliance, the swirling groups of hundreds, even thousands of galaxies, fades into the distance, like distant cities disappearing behind a horizon. What remains ahead is an expanse so vast, so untouched, that silence settles into something almost tangible. It has weight. It has presence. It presses softly against you, reminding you that you've crossed into a realm few minds even dare to imagine. Here, silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of stillness. Space stretches in every direction, vast and unsympathetic, yet strangely comforting. There is no rush of radiation, no storm of particles, no chaotic dance of galaxies competing for space. Only the gentle, endless dark. In this deep quiet, you begin to notice things you never sensed before. Light from distant galaxies arrives not as beams, but as echoes, thin, stretched, exhausted from their journey. Every photon that reaches you is a relic, a survivor of unimaginable distance. The silence holds them carefully, as though the universe itself is cradling these final whispers of faraway light. Drifting farther, you pass through regions where even galaxy clusters become faint memories. They shrink to tiny constellations behind you, each cluster a brilliant island slowly swallowed by distance. Out here, there is nothing to mark your passage besides the soft expansion of space and the dim, aging light that barely brushes your path. Yet the silence isn't lonely, it's peaceful, ancient, and wise. It feels like the quiet of a cathedral built not of stone, but of void, one whose halls stretch for billions of light years. The emptiness is vast, but it is not empty of meaning. It invites reflection. It encourages stillness. It allows you to breathe in harmony with the universe's own patient rhythm. Every so often, a faint glimmer might appear, a lone galaxy wandering far from its cluster home. It drifts with quiet dignity, its stars shining not with urgency, but with acceptance. It knows it is alone, yet it glows anyway, lighting the dark as best it can. These solitary galaxies are like lighthouses in the cosmic sea, soft beacons reminding you that even isolation can hold beauty. As you move deeper still, the silence thickens, settling into the very spaces between your breaths. It is not oppressive, it is inviting, like a soft blanket drawn gently over the cosmos. You feel yourself slow, your thoughts unwinding to match the universe's tranquil pace. Out here, beyond the great clusters, the silence isn't emptiness. It is presence. The presence of a universe stretching its arms wide, growing older, colder, and quieter with every passing eon. This deep silence is the universe's most profound lullaby, a calm so vast it feels eternal. And within it, you drift peacefully, held by a cosmos that has finally grown still enough to rest. Some galaxies sprint away faster than we can ever follow, swallowed by the universe's accelerating expansion, slipping forever out of reach. Out here, at the edge of what can still be seen, the universe begins to behave like a great river picking up speed. Galaxies that once glided gently through space now race away with a growing urgency. Carried by currents we can neither resist nor reverse. Their light stretches thinner and thinner, fading into long, cold wavelengths until it disappears entirely. They are still out there, running along the fabric of space-time, but their glow will never reach us again. These runaway galaxies feel almost mythical, like distant ships caught in a current too swift to cross. You can watch them for a while, tiny flecks of brilliance trembling at the far edge of vision, but slowly, inevitably, they slip away. Their motion is not frantic or chaotic, it is serene, like a quiet retreat into the depths of the cosmos. They are not fleeing from anything. They are merely following the expansion, drawn forward by the accelerating breath of the universe. Imagine floating in the stillness and watching one of these galaxies drift farther and farther across the dark. At first it seems steady, almost motionless, but you soon realize that it isn't the galaxy that is changing position. It is space itself, stretching under it, lengthening like a gentle but unstoppable tide. The galaxy is being carried, much like a leaf gliding on a river that grows faster with every mile. The farther it travels, the more its light strains to reach you. It reddens, softens, and finally dims into a whisper. When it slips beyond the cosmic horizon, its glow never arrives at all. It becomes a silent traveler in a region of space forever disconnected from you. a place you can imagine but never see again. And this realization, rather than frightening, feels strangely calming. The universe is not collapsing or tearing apart. It is simply expanding, opening wider than your eyes can follow. These galaxies, now unreachable, continue their own stories in solitude. Yet their existence still shapes the cosmos, curving space-time with their mass, influencing the grand structure of everything, even if their light can no longer bridge the growing gulf. In this part of the universe, you begin to understand how expansion changes the meaning of distance. It is no longer a measurement of how far something is, but a measure of how far it is drifting from possibility. The runaway galaxies are not just far away, they are beyond the reach of time and information. Their future will unfold without us. And still, there is beauty in their departure. Each lost galaxy becomes a quiet reminder that the universe is alive, growing, and evolving. Their fading glow is like a soft farewell, a gentle confirmation that the cosmos is not static, but endlessly unfolding. Drifting in this realm of runaway galaxies, you feel none of the urgency they carry. You float in the calm, unhurried space between them, watching as they slip into the dark with grace. And as each one disappears beyond the cosmic horizon, you are left with the peaceful understanding that in a universe so vast, even the things we lose remain part of its quiet, expanding story. In this far frontier, an unseen force rules. Dark energy swells, pushing space apart with a quiet, relentless pressure. Out here, far beyond the reach of crowded galaxies and cosmic traffic, the universe reveals one of its most mysterious qualities. Dark energy, silent, invisible, and utterly dominant, rises like a gentle tide beneath all things. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, yet its influence wraps around you like a soft current, guiding the expansion of everything with a steady, unchanging hand. It does not howl or roar. Dark energy has no storms, no flashes of light, no signature that your senses can trace. Instead, it works with perfect subtlety, weaving itself into the fabric of space-time. With every passing moment, it pulls space outward, stretching the cosmos a little more. But out here, at the universe's far frontier, its power becomes unmistakable. You feel it not as a push, but as an easing, an effortless drift away from every luminous island behind you. Galaxies shrink and soften. Clusters fall into silence. Even light itself seems to surrender to the quiet force, spreading into longer, cooler wavelengths as it tries to cross the ever-growing gulf. Dark energy is not just expanding the universe, it is defining what the universe can be. Imagine drifting in this vastness, like a leaf carried gently downstream. The current never wavers, it never falters. Everywhere you look, space expands evenly, smoothly, as though the cosmos is exhaling a breath that has lasted billions of years and will continue for billions more. This exhale is the work of dark energy, constant, patient, unstoppable. As you glide onward, you begin to notice how profoundly this invisible pressure shapes the landscape around you. Regions that once teemed with galaxies now feel open and sparse. Lights that once shimmered brightly now appear as faint, lonely sparks. Dark energy has pulled them away from one another, giving each galaxy more space than it could ever fill. The universe is growing vast not because matter is moving, but because space itself is unfolding beneath it. Even the concept of gravity, once the dominant sculptor of cosmic structure, feels gentler here. Gravity binds galaxies together, forms stars, shapes clusters. But dark energy has grown stronger with time, and now it guides the universe's fate with a calm assurance. Gravity holds small things close. Dark energy separates the grand ones. You begin to sense the future written in this invisible current. As dark energy continues its expansion, more galaxies will drift beyond sight. More light will fade into unreachable wavelengths. The cosmos will become quieter, softer, more spread out, an endless ocean growing wider with every passing moment. And yet, there is nothing harsh in this revelation. It is serene, like watching a gentle tide carry distant lanterns into the night. Floating here, wrapped in the stillness of expanding space, you understand that dark energy is not an enemy to be fought, nor a mystery to fear. It is simply the universe's way of continuing onward. A subtle touch, a quiet pressure, a reminder that even the emptiest parts of the cosmos are guided by forces that move with purpose. And as the frontier stretches before you, you drift peacefully through the soft pull of this unseen hand, carried by the calm, eternal breath of the ever-growing universe. Beyond a certain distance, stars no longer shine. They fade into wavelengths too stretched, too cold for even our instruments to detect. Out here, the familiar sparkle of stars disappears. Light that once traveled confidently across space now arrives weary, stretched thin by billions of years of expansion. What was once bright and warm has softened into faint whispers, slipping beyond visibility and even beyond the reach of our most sensitive detectors. These stars are still there, burning in distant galaxies, but their light can no longer bridge the growing gulf. They exist in a state of quiet, silent persistence, a reminder that distance is not disappearance, only separation. Imagine drifting through this region, surrounded by darkness so complete it feels almost tangible. The stars that once painted the sky are gone, leaving behind a deep, velvety blackness. Yet in this absence, there is subtle texture. The faint background glow of the universe, the cosmic microwave background, lingers like a soft hum beneath the silence, faintly illuminating the darkness and hinting at the countless stars that continue their journeys, unseen. As you glide forward, the universe feels emptier, yet it is not lifeless. Its photons have been stretched into invisibility, transformed into ultra-long wavelengths too cold to excite our senses or instruments. They drift silently, a hidden sea of energy that testifies to the cosmos's enduring activity. Even though we cannot see them, the stars continue to shine, quietly marking the passage of time on a scale so vast it humbles the mind. This part of the universe teaches patience. Light does not vanish abruptly, it fades gradually, becoming more diffuse, more distant, more delicate. It is a gentle retreat, like embers cooling in a fire pit long after the flames have died. You can imagine billions of stars, countless as grains of sand, flickering softly into imperceptibility, leaving only memory and echo behind. Their presence is subtle, but it is profound. Drifting here, you sense the full scale of cosmic time. Some of these faint stars might have already burned out long ago, their light still traveling, barely reaching this far frontier. Others are still young, but their glow is stretched thin, transformed into a quiet, invisible rhythm that marks the heartbeat of a universe expanding into infinity. Distance and time blend together, creating a space where observation becomes impossible, yet existence continues undisturbed. And yet, there is comfort in this unseen light. Though our eyes cannot catch it, the universe is still alive, still active, still shining in ways we can barely imagine. The darkness is not empty. It is a stage for continuity, a reminder that even what we cannot perceive has substance and meaning. Floating here among stars too faint to be seen, you feel the quiet grandeur of the cosmos, a place where light is eternal, even when invisible, a universe that stretches beyond comprehension, yet remains profoundly present in every particle, every photon, every whisper of energy drifting through the silent void. Millions of suns ignite in distant galaxies, but their light is carried away by the expanding universe, destined to remain unseen forever. Out here, you begin to understand a subtle truth of the cosmos. Not all light is meant to travel forever. Some photons, born in the hearts of distant suns, start their journey toward us with energy and brilliance. They streak across space for billions of years, crossing unimaginable gulfs between galaxies. But the universe itself is expanding, stretching the very fabric of space beneath them. Slowly, gently, relentlessly, this expansion carries the stars away faster than their light can ever reach us. These lights, so full of potential when they were born, are now like whispered secrets lost to time. They elongate, cooling, reddening, fading into wavelengths invisible to our eyes and even beyond the reach of our instruments. In a sense, they exist in a liminal space, real, powerful, radiant, yet unreachable. They are reminders that existence and perception are not always the same, that the cosmos continues its story even beyond the limits of sight. Imagine drifting alongside these lost streams of light, watching them stretch thin as they chase us across the void. They are countless, innumerable, each a small sun burning fiercely somewhere far beyond the horizon. But no matter how bright they were at birth, space pulls them away, transforming what was once a beacon into a gentle, imperceptible whisper. Their glow persists, but it can no longer communicate with our corner of the universe. There is a strange beauty in this inevitability. The lost light is not extinguished, it is transformed, becoming part of the universe's quiet memory. The expansion does not destroy, it separates, allowing each galaxy, each star, each photon to follow its own path, to drift onward in a cosmos that grows wider with every instant. It is a reminder that the universe is dynamic, always unfolding, always moving, and that time and space stretch beyond any single observer. Somewhere in those unreachable galaxies, stars are still igniting, planets forming, perhaps life emerging. Their light will never visit us, yet their existence matters. They shape the cosmos gravitationally, subtly bending space, influencing the paths of neighboring galaxies, and contributing to the structure of the universe in ways invisible but real. Even unseen, they leave their imprint on the grand design of everything. Floating here, you begin to sense the full scale of cosmic patience. Light may be lost to our sight, but the flow of energy, matter, and time continues unabated. There is grace in this inevitability, a gentle, unhurried rhythm that carries you along with it. And so, among the light that will never reach us, you feel a quiet wonder. The cosmos is vast, immeasurable, and alive with activity beyond perception. Even in darkness, even in absence, the universe continues its endless dance, its eternal story unfolding quietly in every distant corner, beyond sight, yet profoundly present. There is a limit to what humanity can observe. Beyond it lie galaxies whose light will never arrive, no matter how long we wait. Out here, at the farthest edge of the observable universe, the cosmos feels both infinite and intimately finite. Every point of light you see, the nearest star, the farthest quasar, represents a boundary. Beyond that boundary, space continues endlessly, but its contents are forever unreachable. The galaxies that lie past this ultimate horizon are like whispers that were never meant to be heard. Their light stretched thin and carried irretrievably away by the accelerating expansion of space. Imagine drifting through this quiet frontier, surrounded only by the faint glow of what is still within reach. Each galaxy you see is a last messenger, a final beacon of civilization, matter, and energy that can still communicate with us across billions of light years. Beyond them lies the unknowable, galaxies that will remain invisible forever, existing in the vastness but never crossing our line of sight. It is a gentle reminder of the limits inherent in observation, and yet there is no sorrow in that limitation. There is only awe at the scale of existence. These last visible galaxies appear almost suspended, like delicate ornaments in the immense darkness. Their light, traveling for billions of years, is stretched, reddened, softened by the ongoing expansion of space-time. Some will eventually slip beyond our reach, crossing the cosmic horizon, leaving nothing behind but memory and knowledge of their existence. To witness them now is to witness the last echoes of an ever-changing universe, moments of connection with regions that will soon vanish from our view. Floating here, you can sense the immense patience of the cosmos. Stars continue to burn, planets continue to form, and galaxies continue their slow dance, oblivious to whether we can see them or not. The universe unfolds in silent continuity, indifferent to human observation, yet generous in allowing us these glimpses, these final windows into the far reaches of creation. Every photon arriving at this edge is a message from the distant past, a fragile proof that these galaxies once existed in light that can still touch us. And yet, even as the last galaxies shimmer softly, the darkness beyond beckons. There is space too distant, too fast receding, for any light to ever bridge the divide. The universe has its own rhythm, its own priorities, and in this extreme frontier, you feel its quiet authority. There is beauty in this limit. The universe is vast, but it is structured. Drifting among the last galaxies humanity can ever witness, you feel a strange serenity. You are witnessing not just the universe, but the edge of human perception. The knowledge that more exists, beyond the reach of sight, is not frightening, it is comforting. It reminds you that the cosmos is larger than any one observer, larger than any moment, yet profoundly present in every faint, stretching ray of light that still reaches us. Here, at this ultimate horizon, you float in quiet reflection. The last galaxies glow softly, like lanterns in the eternal night, illuminating the edge of understanding. Beyond them lies infinity, silent, unknowable, and beautifully eternal. The universe's true boundary is not a wall, but a moment, a distance where time itself slows into invisibility. Out here, you begin to sense that the limits of the cosmos are not measured in miles or light years, but in the very passage of time. At this horizon, light may still exist, stars may still burn, and galaxies may continue their slow journeys, but their signals can no longer reach us. The universe stretches both outward and forward, and eventually there is a boundary not of space, but of temporal perception. Time itself stretches, elongates, and fades into a kind of quiet suspension, leaving events that continue to unfold forever beyond our capacity to witness them. Imagine drifting toward this horizon, where every photon slows, every pulse of light stretches thin, and every event seems to drag its feet across the fabric of space-time. The galaxies beyond this invisible boundary continue to exist in their own moments, yet they have receded from your timeline. It is as if the universe folds time in on itself, allowing space to continue endlessly, while simultaneously hiding the future from your view. This is not emptiness, it is a delicate pause, a soft barrier where existence persists in a form too subtle for perception. As you move through this region, the concept of now becomes fluid. The universe's clock, once reliable and familiar, grows unreliable as distances expand. Events that happened billions of years ago are only now arriving, and events happening even farther away may never arrive at all. It is a horizon defined not by edges or walls, but by the slow, inevitable stretching of time itself. Every galaxy, every star, every particle exists in its own timeline, a timeline that may never intersect with ours again. This moment-like horizon has a strange serenity. Unlike a physical wall or a sudden drop into darkness, it unfolds gradually, gently. The farther you drift, the more light stretches, the more time dilates, until events that continue to happen are rendered invisible by the slow march of the cosmos. There is no danger, no fear, only a quiet understanding that some parts of the universe are simply unreachable, not because they vanish, but because they exist in a rhythm we can no longer perceive. Floating here, you sense the enormity of existence beyond perception. Galaxies pulse in their own moments, stars ignite and fade, and yet you cannot witness them. They are real, they are active, they are alive, but they are outside your horizon of time. In this place, the universe becomes a symphony of events playing beyond your reach, a silent chorus unfolding in eternal, hidden sequences. And yet, this boundary is not sorrowful. It is peaceful, meditative, infinite in its quiet wisdom. It is the universe inviting patience, inviting wonder at its complexity. There is comfort in knowing that existence continues even when unseen, that time flows, and galaxies dance beyond any moment you can touch. At the horizon made of time, not space, you drift in gentle contemplation. The cosmos stretches infinitely, both near and far, and you feel the profound calm of a universe whose limits are measured not in distance, but in the quiet, unyielding flow of time itself. Here, eternity itself becomes your companion. As we push outward, stars thin, gas clouds diminish, and matter becomes sparse enough to drift without meeting another atom for centuries. Out here, the universe begins to feel almost weightless. The familiar abundance of stars, planets, and cosmic dust gradually gives way to vast emptiness, where the building blocks of matter, protons, electrons, and neutrons are scattered across incomprehensible distances. You could float for eons without encountering a single particle, drifting through a realm where the density of the cosmos approaches zero, and the vast darkness feels almost tangible. Imagine gliding through this rarefied expanse, where galaxies are few and far between, and even the interstellar gas that fills space near stars becomes a memory. The emptiness is not chaotic, it is deliberate, serene, and complete. Every atom exists in isolation, a solitary traveler in a sea of nothingness. Collisions are rare, interactions almost non-existent, and time seems to expand along with the space between particles. This is the universe at its quietest, where matter itself becomes a whisper, stretching the imagination as much as the physical cosmos. In this region, light behaves differently too. Photons can travel uninterrupted for billions of years, moving across vast stretches of near vacuum without scattering or absorption. The stars that remain are distant pinpricks, dimmed by distance and time. Their energy diffuses slowly, blending into the subtle glow of the cosmic background radiation, which itself grows colder and weaker the farther you drift. The universe has become a soft, hushed place, where even light seems reluctant to hurry forward. The thinness of matter here brings a strange intimacy with emptiness. Space feels alive precisely because it is so quiet. Gravity, so dominant near galaxies and clusters, has far less sway. Particles drift almost freely, their motions dictated only by the faint tug of distant masses and the gentle expansion of space-time. There is no chaos, no turbulence, only patient motion, slow and graceful, echoing the vastness surrounding you. This extreme sparsity also reveals the scale of the universe in a new way. When matter is so rare, the very concept of distance transforms. The spaces between atoms become more meaningful than the atoms themselves. You are surrounded by absence, yet that absence has structure, depth, and rhythm. It is the universe distilled to its most elemental, essential form, a quiet expanse of possibility, stretching further than comprehension allows. Drifting in this edge of rare matter, you feel both small and connected. You are part of this sparse fabric, carried along by the same cosmic expansion that governs every particle. Each atom, each photon, each faint glimmer of a distant galaxy is a reminder that even in extreme isolation, the universe maintains its flow, its continuity, its patient beauty. And so you float, enveloped in profound quiet, through the region where stars are few, matter is scarce, and emptiness itself feels alive. Here, at the edge of substance, the cosmos reveals a soft majesty, infinite, subtle, and immeasurably peaceful, a realm where the very scarcity of matter becomes a gentle lullaby for the mind and soul. A delicate network of dark matter threads through the void, holding galaxies in place, even when nothing else remains. Even in the vast emptiness where stars grow scarce and matter thins to nearly nothing, the universe maintains a hidden architecture. Dark matter, unseen and mysterious, stretches across the cosmos like a fine, invisible web. It is not made of the same stuff as stars or planets, and it emits no light, yet its presence is unmistakable. It quietly shapes the universe, guiding galaxies, clusters, and even filaments of gas along its hidden threads, ensuring that even in the deepest darkness, structure persists. Imagine floating through this void, surrounded by an ocean of space almost entirely devoid of visible matter. And yet, beneath the surface of the emptiness, this unseen scaffolding exists. Galaxies cling to the dark matter threads as if they are islands tethered to an invisible current. Even when light cannot reach you, even when stars are too faint to see, the web holds everything in delicate balance. It is the silent skeleton of the universe, a gentle hand shaping the flow of cosmic history. As you drift, you begin to sense the subtle influence of this hidden network. Galaxies do not move randomly. They follow faint, curved paths dictated by the contours of dark matter. Clusters gather at nodes where filaments intersect, creating luminous hubs amid the surrounding emptiness. In this way, dark matter organizes the cosmos on a scale that dwarfs even human imagination. It is both invisible and indispensable, an underlying harmony that gives order to the ever-expanding universe. The web is also a bridge across vast distances. While ordinary matter may be sparse, dark matter links the cosmos together, creating gravitational corridors along which galaxies can travel and interact. Its pull is gentle, but persistent. It is not a force that we can see or feel directly, yet it leaves its mark in every orbit, every cluster, every gentle sway of a galaxy suspended in space. Even in regions where no light penetrates, this invisible framework maintains coherence, holding the universe's shape intact. There is something profoundly comforting about this unseen order. In a universe that seems so empty and unreachable, where photons vanish into the accelerating expansion and galaxies slip beyond the horizon, the dark matter web reassures you that nothing is truly lost. Even in isolation, the cosmos has structure, a hidden logic, a delicate choreography that persists beyond perception. It is the quiet backbone of everything we can see and everything we cannot. Floating here among the unseen threads, you feel the universe's patience and persistence. It is a realm where nothing spectacular is visible, yet the architecture of existence is clear. Galaxies, clusters, and clouds of gas all follow this invisible guidance, dancing softly along lines we can only infer. Even in emptiness, there is connection, order, and harmony. And so, surrounded by this subtle, unbreakable web, you drift in quiet wonder. The universe may stretch infinitely, light may fade, and stars may vanish, but dark matter endures. It holds everything together, a hidden lattice beneath the surface of space, reminding you that the cosmos, even in its emptiest corners, is structured, resilient, and infinitely beautiful. Eventually, gravity weakens to a whisper, losing its grip on the growing emptiness, leaving only the faint echo of its former reach. Out here, in the farthest reaches of the cosmos, gravity, once the mighty sculptor of galaxies and clusters, loses its authority. Its pull becomes subtle, delicate, almost imperceptible, as if the universe itself has grown too vast for its influence to stretch across the endless void. Stars drift, galaxies glide, and clusters slowly disperse, guided more by the quiet expansion of space than by the force that once bound them together. Gravity is no longer a master. It is a gentle reminder of the structures it once shaped. Imagine floating in this region, where the tug of gravity is so faint that even massive objects barely feel it. The familiar motions of orbit and collapse give way to slow, almost effortless drifting. Particles glide past one another. Stars follow long arcs in near isolation, and galaxies slide apart as if drifting on an invisible ocean. There is no chaos, no collision, only the soft, deliberate unraveling of matter once tightly bound. Gravity's whispers linger, a memory of the order it once maintained. The farther you move, the more obvious the weakening becomes. Galaxy clusters that once glittered like islands in the cosmic sea slowly lose cohesion. Their edges stretch, their cores soften, and the delicate connections that held stars in harmony begin to fade. You realize that even the densest regions cannot resist forever. Gravity is patient, but the universe is patient too, its expansion relentless, unyielding, and ultimately dominant. Yet this weakening does not feel frightening. In its quiet retreat, gravity leaves behind a kind of elegance. The universe becomes calm, even in its emptiness. Stars drift alone, yet they move with grace. Galaxies separate, yet they follow a subtle rhythm. The faint echo of gravity is still there, guiding motion in ways too delicate to notice, maintaining a trace of structure even as space stretches endlessly. It is the whisper of an old order, fading slowly into the infinite. In this final territory of gravitational influence, you begin to sense the scale of cosmic time. What once took millions or billions of years to form now stretches into the eternity of expansion. Structures that seemed permanent dissolve imperceptibly. Clusters fragment, galaxies drift, and the vast emptiness grows more profound. The universe reveals that all forces, even the mighty pull of gravity, are subject to the passage of time and the inevitability of expansion. And yet, in this quiet fading, there is beauty. Gravity's last territories are not chaotic battlegrounds, but serene regions of motion, drifting in harmony with the universe itself. It is a gentle reminder that even the strongest forces eventually release their hold, leaving space for new patterns, new rhythms, and new perspectives on the cosmos. Floating here, you feel the calm persistence of space and time. Gravity has lost its grip, but the universe continues to unfold. Its echo lingers, a subtle presence among the stretching emptiness, guiding the cosmos with the quiet wisdom of a force that has shaped everything yet knows when to let go. Far from cosmic cities of light, new stars become rare gems, lonely sparks igniting in deserts of darkness. Out here, the universe has entered a quieter era. The vast stellar nurseries that once teemed with activity, the swirling clouds of gas and dust, have largely dissipated. Galaxies are aging, and the fuel for star formation is scarce. Yet, even in this sparsity, the cosmos finds a way to create new light. Isolated clouds collapse under the gentle tug of gravity, igniting a single, brilliant spark that burns briefly but beautifully in the surrounding darkness. These are the final embers of stellar creation, lonely beacons scattered across an expanding void. Imagine drifting through these regions where stars are few and galaxies are dim. Occasionally, a faint flare appears, an ember born from a fragile cloud of hydrogen and helium. Its glow is soft but persistent, a small rebellion against the ever-encroaching darkness. Each new star is a rarity, a solitary candle lighting a corner of the cosmos that has otherwise gone quiet. There is no clamor here, no crowded constellations, no bustling clusters, only the patient, deliberate birth of light in an ocean of black. These final stars shine not with urgency, but with quiet dignity. They burn for millions or billions of years, yet their rarity makes each one remarkable. Their light travels across emptiness, stretching thin with distance and time, yet still reaching wherever curiosity or observation can follow. Even in solitude, they hold a sense of hope, a reminder that creation continues, even on the outskirts of the universe's grand design. The regions around these rare stars are empty and still. Gas clouds are wisps, barely substantial, drifting lazily through space. Supernovae are exceedingly uncommon, leaving most of these final stars to fade gradually rather than explode. The universe has become a place of subtlety, where the passage of time stretches and the drama of formation slows to a delicate rhythm. There is serenity in this emptiness, a gentle cadence that contrasts the energetic chaos of earlier cosmic epochs. Floating amid these final embers, you sense the immense patience of the universe. Creation has slowed, but it has not stopped. Every spark is an act of quiet persistence, a proof that even in the farthest reaches of space, light can still be born. The darkness is not oppressive, it is contemplative, offering room for these rare stars to shine with clarity, without competition or distraction. And so you drift through this final frontier, among the last sparks of starlight, witnessing a universe in its gentle twilight. These embers illuminate not vast cities of galaxies, but small, delicate corners of space, silent reminders of the endless cycle of birth and decay. In their soft glow, you feel the profound patience and resilience of the cosmos, and the quiet wonder of being able to witness the final sparks of creation before the night grows ever deeper. As we drift outward, the ancient glow of the Big Bang cools further, dimming into something softer than memory. Out here, the faint hum of the universe becomes almost imperceptible. The cosmic microwave background, the lingering whisper of creation itself, has stretched and cooled over billions of years, and in this distant frontier, it grows colder still. What was once a gentle warmth, a relic of the explosive birth of time and space, is now a subtle, delicate presence, barely brushing against your senses. Its light is no longer bright or energetic. It is a soft, muted glow, a faint echo that has traveled farther than anything else in existence. Imagine floating through this vast expanse, surrounded by the universe's earliest moments. Each photon of this ancient light has been stretched by the relentless expansion of space, lengthened to wavelengths so long and cold that they feel like a whisper rather than illumination. The glow that once filled every corner of the cosmos now becomes a gentle background hum, a lullaby of the universe itself, carrying the memory of everything that came before galaxies, before stars, before time had fully shaped itself. As you drift farther, the cosmic microwave background grows thinner, fading into the eternal dark. It is a reminder that the universe is not static, it is patient, persistent, and ever-changing. The glow dims not because it is gone, but because space itself has stretched it, cooling it, spreading it, softening it into a presence more felt than seen. In its faintness, there is an almost sacred quiet, a bridge connecting the universe's distant past with the infinite future. This subtle radiation is a map of cosmic history. Tiny variations in its texture hint at the first seeds of galaxies, the regions that would one day ignite with stars and clusters. Even as it grows colder, these fluctuations remain, frozen in the fabric of space-time, silently guiding the formation of structure. They are ghosts of creation, holding the secrets of the universe's infancy in their gentle, invisible hands. Floating here, surrounded by the thinning glow, you feel the vastness of time itself. The light has traveled longer than any star's lifespan, farther than any galaxy can drift, and yet it persists. Its quiet presence is a testament to the continuity of existence, a reminder that even as everything disperses, stretches, and fades, the universe leaves traces of its origin everywhere. And so, in this outermost expanse, the cosmic microwave background becomes more than light. It is memory, presence, and story all at once. Softer than any recollection, colder than any flame. It bathes the universe in a gentle, unending reminder of beginnings. In its faint hum, you feel the profound serenity of the cosmos, the patient, eternal unfolding of time, space, and energy into infinity. Space stretches so rapidly here that time itself feels altered. Moments drift longer, slower, like a dream losing its shape. Out here, in the farthest reaches of the cosmos, time no longer behaves the way you are accustomed to. The relentless expansion of space stretches the fabric of reality itself, subtly altering the rhythm of every passing moment. Seconds seem to elongate, minutes drip like molasses, and the usual cadence of clocks, mechanical or biological, loses meaning. It is as if the universe has slowed, inviting you to drift gently in a dreamlike suspension where the normal rules of past, present, and future blur. Imagine floating through this region, where light itself travels on stretched paths, and events unfold at a pace that is almost imperceptible. Galaxies drift silently, and photons of distant stars inch toward you over billions of years, slowed by the stretching of space. You notice the quiet hum of existence stretching alongside them. Every motion, every pulse of energy, every heartbeat of a star or particle seems elongated, as though the cosmos itself has adopted a slower, more deliberate tempo. Time here is a malleable companion. Moments can linger, allowing you to observe details that would vanish in faster regions of the universe. The faintest glimmer of a distant star, the subtle sway of a drifting galaxy, the near-invisible threads of dark matter, they all reveal themselves more fully when stretched by the altered flow of time. There is no rush, no urgency, only the slow, persistent unfolding of space and events on a grand, unhurried scale. The effect is subtle but profound. Even the passage of light and radiation feels different. Photons stretch further and further, their wavelengths growing long and soft, almost whispering as they drift across the universe. The cosmic microwave background dims into a barely perceptible glow. Star formation becomes even rarer, supernovae slow to a ghostly cadence, and the interactions of matter themselves seem hushed. The cosmos, in this zone, moves at a rhythm both immense and intimate, a slow, deliberate ballet of energy, time, and space. Floating here, you can sense how profoundly relativity shapes the universe. Space and time are not separate, rigid constructs. They are woven together, stretching and flexing in response to the expansion of the cosmos. To experience this extreme region is to witness the subtle elasticity of reality itself. A universe where the very flow of time bends, softening, lengthening, and reshaping every perception. And yet, there is serenity in this alteration. Time, slowed and stretched, invites reflection and immersion. It allows the mind to expand alongside the cosmos, to move in harmony with a rhythm far beyond human comprehension. Here, in this zone where time drifts like a slow-moving river, the universe reveals its quiet majesty, vast, patient, and infinitely deep. A place where every moment is prolonged, every light is drawn out, and every breath feels eternal. A lone particle of light travels for billions of years before meeting anything at all, carrying stories from eras long erased. Out here, in the vast emptiness beyond the reach of bustling galaxies, a single photon embarks on a journey that defies imagination. Born in the heart of a star that may no longer exist, it drifts alone across space, traversing unimaginable distances without encountering another particle. It is a traveler without companion, a solitary messenger carrying secrets from an age when the universe was young, vibrant, and unformed. Imagine watching this lone photon drift across the cosmic void. For billions of years, it moves silently, unobserved, unimpeded, stretching and shifting with the expansion of space. Its journey is relentless but serene, like a leaf carried slowly along a river that flows through eternity. Every second it travels is measured not by events it witnesses, but by the space it spans, a nearly infinite voyage through dark, empty expanses. As it moves, the photon carries with it the memory of everything that birthed it. It holds information about nuclear furnaces inside stars long extinguished, about galaxies that have since faded or merged, about cosmic events so ancient that they belong to a time humans can only imagine. Each collision it avoids, every vacuum it crosses, preserves the purity of its story. This single particle embodies the continuity of the cosmos, a thread connecting now with eons long past. Even as the photon drifts, space itself shapes its existence. The stretching of space-time elongates its wavelength, cooling its energy and softening its brilliance. What once might have been a brilliant burst of blue or white light has now turned into a faint whisper of infrared, almost undetectable. And yet, its journey is far from over. Somewhere, in some distant corner of the universe, it may one day be absorbed, scattered, or captured, its long voyage finally coming to rest. But for now, it floats, patient and eternal. In this extreme isolation, the photon is a symbol of endurance. It reminds you that even the smallest, most fragile particle can carry immense significance, linking epochs, events, and distances across the vast cosmic web. Though solitary, it participates in the grand story of the universe, silently testifying to creation, expansion, and time's relentless march. Floating alongside it, you feel the quiet weight of existence at this scale. You begin to understand how profound emptiness can be, how even a single photon contains vast histories, how time and space intertwine to create journeys beyond comprehension. It is isolation, but it is also connection, an intimate bridge across eons and light years, a reminder that the universe, in all its enormity, preserves even its most solitary travelers. And so you drift with this lone photon, carried along by the endless dark. Its light is faint, almost imperceptible, yet it is a whisper of the cosmos itself, a quiet, enduring story that has survived the passage of billions of years, a testament to the persistence, beauty, and eternal wonder of the universe. At the boundary, light stretches so far it nearly stops, frozen in place, suspended across unimaginable distances. Out here, at the outermost edge of what can be perceived, light behaves in ways that feel almost magical. The relentless expansion of space has stretched every photon to the brink, elongating its wavelength so far that motion itself seems to slow. Time and light merge into something unfamiliar, a quiet suspension, a cosmic pause where light hangs, faint and stretched, between what was and what will never be seen. It is as if the universe has pressed the slow motion button on its most ancient radiance. Imagine drifting through this place, surrounded by photons that have traveled for billions of years, now barely moving relative to the expanding void. Each particle carries the memory of stars long extinguished, galaxies long faded, and events from an era before galaxies were fully formed. These photons have journeyed across the vast cosmic sea, and now, at the very edge, they appear to linger, suspended in the emptiness like delicate threads stretched across eternity. The effect is hypnotic. Light, normally so fluid, so immediate, here becomes almost tactile in its stillness. Its colors have shifted and softened over aeons, transforming into wavelengths colder and longer than what can be sensed by any human instrument. What was once brilliant blue, white, or yellow now exists as something closer to shadow, a gentle hum of presence rather than a visible glow. In this realm, the universe speaks not with flashes or brilliance, but in the subtle persistence of light that refuses to vanish entirely. Every photon in this frozen realm carries a story. They are ancient travelers, preserving the history of creation in their stretched existence. Yet they also embody the universe's quiet impermanence. Events continue to unfold elsewhere. Galaxies evolve. Stars die. But here, light pauses, almost aware of the boundary it has reached. It is both a relic and a sentinel. The last whisper of energy before ultimate separation from observation. In this stillness, you begin to sense the magnitude of cosmic expansion. Space itself grows faster than light can traverse, stretching distances so rapidly that even the fastest travelers cannot close the gap. Photons that once carried messages across billions of light years now hover, suspended in the void, marking the invisible frontier where the observable universe ends. It is a boundary not of matter, but of perception, a line drawn by time, space, and the relentless flow of expansion. Floating among these frozen photons, you feel both awe and serenity. There is no chaos here, no rushing or collision, only quiet persistence. The universe allows light to linger at its furthest reaches, a subtle testament to creation, endurance, and the beauty of being stretched across the endless dark. And so you drift through the realm of frozen light, surrounded by particles that have almost stopped, yet continue in their eternal voyage. In their quiet suspension, you sense the vastness of time and space, the slow unfolding of the cosmos, and the profound serenity of a universe where even the fastest, most radiant light can be brought to a gentle, eternal pause. Their colors shift into deep crimson, then infrared, then cold radio waves, until they vanish from the visible universe entirely. Out here, the universe begins to reveal a transformation so subtle it is almost imperceptible. Galaxies, once brilliant islands of light, gradually change under the influence of the universe's relentless expansion. Their familiar hues stretch and fade, pulled into longer wavelengths by the phenomenon known as cosmic redshift. What was once vivid and radiant softens into deep crimson, then into the faint glow of infrared, and finally into the silent hum of radio waves. leaving the galaxies invisible to even the most advanced eyes. Imagine drifting among these distant worlds as they undergo this transformation. Spiral arms that once swirled with starlight slowly lose their brilliance. Star clusters dim to delicate shadows, and nebulae that once glowed with newborn stars now fade into faint whispers of energy. The very spectrum of light stretches, as if the universe itself is drawing a veil across its most distant regions, leaving only traces of their existence in wavelengths too long and cold to detect. The process is neither violent nor abrupt. It is a gentle, inevitable fading. Their light, stretched over billions of years, becomes almost ethereal, passing from visible sight into the invisible domains of infrared and radio waves. Even as they disappear from our perception, their mass and gravitational influence remain, quietly shaping the cosmic landscape, pulling on neighboring galaxies and threading through the invisible web of dark matter. Floating here, you feel the profound passage of time and space. The galaxies lost to redshift are relics of the universe's distant past, their light carrying stories of formation, fusion, and evolution. Yet the farther they recede, the less those stories intersect with your present. You are witnessing not the galaxies themselves, but their fading echoes, stretched thin and muted by the vast expansion of the cosmos. Each photon is a messenger slowed to near silence, a testament to events that occurred long before your own star was born. There is a strange poetry in this disappearance. The universe is not erasing these galaxies. It is revealing a limit to observation, a horizon where even light can no longer bridge distance. What we see is not all that exists. What exists beyond the redshifted boundary is still real, vibrant, and dynamic, yet forever inaccessible. It is a reminder that the cosmos is larger than perception, and that much of its story unfolds silently, beyond reach. Drifting through this region, you feel both humility and wonder. The galaxies fade, yet their influence persists. Their disappearance from sight does not diminish their role in shaping the universe. Gravity continues its slow work, dark matter threads remain, and the grand architecture of space-time persists. The visible universe narrows, but the underlying reality continues vast and intricate. And so you float, watching galaxies slip into invisibility, their colors shifting, softening, and fading into eternity. In this quiet retreat, there is no fear, only awe at the vastness of space and time, a serene understanding that the cosmos continues its endless expansion beyond the reach of sight, yet always present in every silent, stretched wavelength. Scientists call it the cosmic horizon. Not a wall, but the limit of what the universe has had time to reveal to us. Out here, the edge of observation feels less like a barrier and more like a gentle, rolling veil. Beyond the cosmic horizon lies everything that exists but remains forever out of reach. Light from those regions has not yet had the time to travel to us, and some of it may never arrive, carried away by the relentless expansion of space. It is a boundary defined not by space itself, but by the finite speed of light and the unfolding of cosmic time, a horizon where knowledge meets the unknown. Imagine drifting toward this distant edge, where each photon arriving from the farthest galaxies represents the universe's history, compressed and stretched across billions of years. Beyond this horizon, events continue, stars are born, galaxies collide, and dark matter moves silently, but none of it can be witnessed. The cosmic horizon is not a wall to crash into. It is a limit of perception, the furthest echo of causality that the universe has allowed us to observe. It marks the threshold where what is real can no longer be illuminated for human eyes. The horizon itself is both serene and humbling. You sense its presence not as a line or a border, but as a gradual dimming, a fading of what is knowable. Objects approaching it grow redder, fainter, and slower, their light stretched thin across time. Beyond it, the universe continues, unaffected by observation. Stars ignite and die, galaxies spin and merge, and dark energy accelerates the expansion, all happening in perfect silence, just outside the reach of perception. Floating near this boundary, you begin to feel the profound scale of cosmic patience. The universe does not hurry, it does not rush to reveal itself. Its stories unfold at a pace that transcends human lifetimes, and even entire civilizations would be powerless to witness all that exists. The horizon reminds you that reality is vaster than perception, and that even the most diligent observers can only glimpse a portion of the grand cosmic tapestry. There is a quiet beauty in this limitation. The cosmic horizon is not a loss, it is a promise. It assures that there is always more to explore, more to understand, and more to imagine. Even as galaxies and light fade beyond reach, the universe continues its eternal motion, creating patterns and structures that, for now, remain hidden. The known and unknown are intertwined, a gentle dance at the edge of perception. And so you drift, floating along the limit of visibility, surrounded by fading starlight and expanding emptiness. The horizon is not frightening, it is contemplative, inviting reflection on the vastness of space and the depth of time. It is a serene boundary, marking the edge of human knowledge while hinting at the infinite mysteries that await beyond. Here, at the cosmic horizon, you feel the quiet majesty of a universe that is infinitely larger than what can be seen, infinitely older than what can be remembered, and infinitely alive in the spaces that remain unseen. Every moment, more galaxies slip beyond sight, like ships vanishing into a tide that never recedes. Out here, the universe feels alive in its quiet withdrawal. Galaxies that were once visible, their spirals glowing with countless stars, slowly fade into invisibility as the expansion of space carries them away. This disappearance is not sudden or violent. It is gentle, almost imperceptible. Each galaxy drifts farther from our view, its light stretched, dimmed, and reddened, until it vanishes into wavelengths that no instrument can detect. The observable universe shrinks subtly, moment by moment, like an ocean of light ebbing silently into darkness. Imagine drifting alongside these fading galaxies, watching their last traces of light stretch thin across billions of years. Colors shift from blue to crimson, then into infrared and radio waves, until the galaxies no longer illuminate the void. They are not destroyed. They continue to exist, moving through the cosmos, evolving in ways we can never perceive. Yet for anyone observing from here, they disappear, slipping beyond the edge of knowledge and into a region of permanent invisibility. This constant vanishing carries a strange rhythm, almost like breathing. The universe inhales and exhales, revealing some regions while hiding others, allowing light to reach us from one epoch even as it slips from another. It is a process measured in millions and billions of years, yet its effect is cumulative. Over time, the night sky will be emptier, the familiar structures of galaxies and clusters ever more distant and muted, until only the closest and brightest remain visible. Floating in this expanding emptiness, you begin to sense the scale of cosmic patience. The universe moves slowly, deliberately, and yet unceasingly. No hurry, no abrupt endings, only the quiet retreat of galaxies into the vastness, each carrying its own stories, its own histories, its own light, slipping beyond sight, one photon at a time. There is serenity in this disappearance, a gentle reminder that the cosmos is governed by forces far larger than any single observer, and that time itself is both vast and fluid. Even as galaxies vanish, the structure of the universe remains. Dark matter threads continue to stretch across the void, holding what remains together. Gravity whispers its fading influence, and photons still drift toward the cosmic horizon. The disappearance of distant galaxies is not loss, it is transformation. Light is stretched, space is expanded, and the observable universe slowly reshapes itself, offering a new perspective on what is near, what is known, and what will never be seen. And so you float among the last glimpses of galaxies, feeling the quiet flow of time and space. The disappearing universe is not empty, it is serene, measured, and profoundly majestic. Each fading galaxy is a gentle echo of creation, a reminder that even as the cosmos recedes from sight, it continues its eternal dance, beyond perception, beyond reach, and infinitely alive in the silent vastness of space. There are places where space expands faster than light can travel. Regions forever sealed from us by the laws of physics. Out here, the universe reaches a profound limit, where even light, the fastest messenger of all, can no longer bridge the distance. Space itself stretches at such a pace that photons emitted by distant galaxies can never reach us. These regions exist beyond the ultimate horizon of observation, beyond what we can ever hope to see or measure. They are sealed from our perception, not by walls or barriers, but by the fundamental rules that govern reality. It is a silent boundary, a natural consequence of the universe's relentless expansion. Imagine drifting toward these unreachable regions, where galaxies recede ever faster, carried away by the accelerating tide of space-time. Every second, every year, they move farther. Their light stretched, dimmed, and weakened until it can no longer traverse the gap. Even the brightest stars, even entire clusters of galaxies, are destined to remain invisible, their existence known only through inference, not observation. The cosmos beyond this horizon continues, vibrant and alive, yet forever out of reach. In this region, the concept of distance begins to lose meaning. Space itself grows faster than light can cross it, so no signal can travel backward to us. What happens there? Stars igniting, galaxies merging, planets forming, occurs in a reality completely disconnected from ours. It is a realm beyond communication, beyond time as we experience it, a place where the universe is active and dynamic, yet entirely silent from our perspective. Floating near this cosmic boundary, you sense both awe and serenity. There is no chaos, no danger, only the quiet inevitability of physics. The universe is vast beyond comprehension, and some parts are forever unreachable. The expansion of space acts like an infinite current, sweeping galaxies into isolation, separating regions into observable and unobservable domains. It is a reminder that the cosmos is larger than perception, that existence continues even when it can no longer be seen. Yet there is beauty in this limit. The regions beyond light's reach are not voids. They are full of stars, matter, and energy, moving through their own timelines. Their isolation does not diminish their significance. It emphasizes the incredible scale of the universe and the delicate interplay between light, space, and time. The laws of physics create boundaries, but those boundaries also reveal the profound structure and order underlying the cosmos. Drifting here, you feel the quiet majesty of these unreachable realms. They exist beyond observation, yet their presence shapes the universe we can see. Gravity, dark matter, and the expansion of space all intertwine to form a cosmos that is vast, structured, and infinitely alive. Even as light fails to reach us, the universe continues its eternal dance, expanding, evolving, and revealing in its own time the subtle, enduring beauty of what lies beyond. Beyond the final glow of galaxies lies a darkness so pure it feels untouched. Virgin space, silent and profound. Out here, the universe enters its most extreme frontier, where even the faintest glimmer of starlight fades into nothingness. All visible matter, every last photon from distant galaxies, has slipped beyond reach, leaving behind an expanse of emptiness that is complete and absolute. This is the ultimate silence, a darkness not defined by shadows but by the absence of observation itself, a vast, untouched region of cosmic calm that stretches beyond comprehension. Imagine drifting into this void, where no light illuminates the path, and the familiar tapestry of stars and nebulae has vanished entirely. The emptiness is not oppressive, it is soft, measured, and infinite. There is no turbulence, no collisions, no radiation to disturb the tranquility. Here, the universe reveals a kind of pristine serenity, a space so vast that it almost feels sacred. Every direction stretches on endlessly, a gentle, profound reminder of the vastness of existence beyond perception. Even in this complete darkness, the universe is not empty in principle. Matter and energy still exist here. Hydrogen atoms, dark matter, and the faint background radiation from the earliest moments of the cosmos. But they are too sparse, too faint, or too stretched to be detected. The laws of physics continue to operate, yet their effects are imperceptible. Gravity, radiation, and the subtle pull of dark energy persist quietly, shaping space in ways invisible to the eye, silently orchestrating the structure of what cannot be seen. Floating in this infinite darkness, you feel a strange sense of intimacy with the cosmos. For all its enormity, the void allows you to perceive the fundamental scale of reality. The universe is not defined solely by light or matter, but by the space that holds them, by the empty regions that allow galaxies and stars to exist at all. The darkness is as real, as vital, and as majestic as any shining cluster of stars. There is also an extraordinary sense of patience here. Time, space, and energy continue their eternal dance, stretching and evolving across a distance and duration that are beyond measurement. Events occur, atoms move, and galaxies drift in realms far beyond our perception. The darkness is not static. It is a dynamic, ongoing process, the backdrop for the universe's continuous expansion and evolution. And yet, in this absolute emptiness, there is a profound comfort. The infinite darkness beyond visibility is a place of calm reflection, where the mind can drift alongside the universe itself. It reminds you that even in the absence of light and observation, existence persists, enduring quietly, beautifully, and endlessly. Here, at the outermost frontier, the cosmos is both infinite and intimate, a silent, untouchable expanse that embodies the ultimate majesty of space, time, and the eternal dance of the universe. At scales smaller than atoms, space-time flickers with strange energy, tiny tremors that ripple through the void like cosmic static. Even in the deepest reaches of emptiness, where galaxies have vanished and light has stretched into oblivion, the universe remains alive at the smallest scales. Beneath the familiar dimensions of matter and space lies a restless, subtle fabric, quantum foam. Here, space-time itself is not smooth or continuous, but jittering and flickering, vibrating with the faintest pulses of energy. These fluctuations are invisible to the eye and undetectable without instruments, yet they form the very foundation upon which reality rests. Imagine floating closer to this minuscule level of existence. Every point in space is not a fixed location, but a tiny, restless field of possibility, shimmering with energy that blinks in and out like the soft static on an old television. Particles appear and vanish almost instantaneously, popping into existence before dissolving back into nothingness, while space-time ripples beneath, carrying these ephemeral bursts across the void. It is a subtle, mysterious motion, a quiet undercurrent beneath the grand, observable universe. Quantum foam is the language of the cosmos at its most fundamental. The tremors here are tiny, but they hint at the energy and potential embedded in the vacuum itself. Even in regions utterly devoid of stars and matter, these fluctuations persist, reminding you that the void is not truly empty. Space is alive with the potential for creation, a hidden dynamism that bridges the unfathomable vastness of the cosmos with the intimate, almost miraculous properties of the microscopic world. Floating in this awareness, you begin to perceive the delicate balance of the universe. The enormous and the infinitesimal coexist seamlessly. Galaxies drift across billions of light years while quantum vibrations flicker beneath them, invisible yet essential. The silence of empty space is not complete. It is filled with these whispers, these tiny pulses of energy, subtle and persistent, forming a rhythm that underpins everything we can see and everything we cannot. There is an extraordinary poetry to this level of existence. Even as the universe expands and galaxies disappear beyond horizons, the fabric of reality continues its intricate dance. Quantum foam is both delicate and powerful, ephemeral and eternal, a reminder that the cosmos is not only vast but fundamentally alive in ways we cannot fully comprehend. Its presence suggests that creation and transformation are always happening, even in the quietest, most unreachable corners of the universe. And so you drift, contemplating the infinite scales of existence, from the largest clusters of galaxies to the tiniest tremors of quantum foam. The void is never truly empty. It is a symphony of motion, a gentle, endless flicker of energy, a whisper of the universe's enduring vitality. Even at the outermost edges of perception, the cosmos vibrates quietly, persistently, and beautifully, carrying the profound reminder that existence itself is alive, endlessly, in every dimension of space and time. Here lies the ultimate horizon, the farthest edge we can ever witness, shaped by 13.8 billion years of cosmic history. Out here, at the outermost edge of perception, the universe reveals the limit of what can ever be seen. This boundary, the observable horizon, is not a physical wall or a solid edge, but a subtle frontier defined by the speed of light and the age of the cosmos. It is the farthest reach of information, the point beyond which events have not yet, or may never, send their light to us. Every photon arriving at this horizon carries the story of the universe from its earliest moments, stretched across billions of years, a whisper from the dawn of time itself. Imagine drifting to this distant boundary, where light from the first galaxies and the faint glow of the cosmic microwave background converge. Beyond this line, space continues, vibrant and dynamic, but forever beyond observation. Stars ignite, galaxies collide, and matter moves along invisible threads of gravity, all in regions that we can never witness directly. The border is not a barrier to existence, it is the ultimate limit of perception, where knowledge ends and mystery begins. The horizon is shaped by time itself. It is the accumulated distance that light can travel since the Big Bang, a record of 13.8 billion years of cosmic history. Everything we see, from the nearest stars to the faintest, most ancient galaxies, is a message traveling across this vast expanse. As we approach the border, light grows dimmer, redshifted into longer, colder wavelengths, until even the most advanced instruments can only infer the presence of what lies just beyond. It is a place where the universe's scale becomes almost unimaginable, stretching comprehension itself. Floating near this ultimate frontier, you feel the profound continuity of cosmic history. Each photon that reaches us has survived eons of expansion, carrying information from times when the first stars formed, when matter first clumped into galaxies, and when space-time itself was still young. The horizon is a testament to endurance, patience, and the unbroken unfolding of cosmic evolution. It reminds us that the universe is vast not only in space, but in time, with every corner contributing to the ongoing story of creation. There is a quiet majesty here. Beyond the horizon, the universe continues in perfect rhythm, even as it remains unseen. Dark matter weaves its invisible web, dark energy pushes the expansion ever forward, and the echoes of early light drift slowly through the void. The observable universe may be limited, but it contains all we can know, all that has reached us so far, and all the subtle beauty of a cosmos unfolding for billions of years. And so you drift at this border, where observation meets the unknown. It is not frightening. It is contemplative, serene, and awe-inspiring. Here, at the edge of the observable universe, you feel the weight and wonder of 13.8 billion years of cosmic history, and the eternal invitation to imagine all that lies beyond, waiting in the infinite darkness that continues forever, unseen yet profoundly real. Barely detectable, ancient photons drift to us like ghostly embers from the universe's earliest dawn. Far beyond the galaxies we know, beyond clusters and superclusters, lies the faint glow of the first stars. Luminaries born when the universe was still young, less than 1 billion years old. Their light, stretched and diluted by the relentless expansion of space, travels across the cosmos, arriving at our instruments as a ghostly trace of what once burned so brightly. These photons are ancient travelers, whispering stories from an epoch long before planets formed, before galaxies spiraled into their present shapes, before the universe resembled the one we inhabit today. Imagine drifting alongside these photons as they make their slow journey across space. Each particle of light has survived eons of travel, unscathed by collisions, unaltered except by the stretching of its wavelength. What may once have been brilliant blue or white now arrives as faint infrared, a subtle glow that requires the most sensitive instruments to detect. Yet, even in its weakness, this light is profoundly significant. It carries the memory of creation itself, the first sparks of nuclear fusion that illuminated the universe. These photons are more than light. They are messengers from the dawn. They reveal the composition of the first stars, the nature of the primordial gas from which they formed, and the conditions of the universe when it was still shaping its earliest structures. Each ancient ember contains encoded information about the density of matter, the distribution of elements, and the earliest cosmic processes. Observing them is like peering across billions of years, seeing the universe not as it is now, but as it once was, in its fragile infancy. Floating in the presence of this ancient light, you sense the delicate persistence of time. The photons are patient travelers, crossing immense distances to reach the far corners of human understanding. They remind you that the universe has a memory, that every star, galaxy, and cluster carries traces of its origins within its light. Even in regions far removed from us, in the cold darkness between the galaxies, these ghostly embers testify to the enduring rhythm of cosmic history. There is a serene, almost spiritual quality to this light. Unlike the vibrant stars of the present, these ancient photons move quietly, subtly illuminating the void. Their existence demonstrates the vast scale of time and space. A star that burned billions of years ago, in a galaxy long vanished, still manages to whisper across the cosmos, connecting the earliest epoch to the present moment. They are threads linking past to now, a reminder that the universe is continuous, patient, and unbroken. And so you drift with these ghostly embers, floating amid the faint glow of the first stars. Their light is fragile, distant, and almost ethereal, yet it is a profound witness to the universe's earliest dawn. In their soft illumination, you feel the quiet majesty of beginnings, the endless patience of cosmic evolution, and the deep, timeless beauty of a universe that has been shining, silently, for billions of years. In the farthest dark, we still hear the faint echo of creation, a cosmic heartbeat fading into silence. Even in the deepest reaches of the universe, beyond the farthest galaxies and the outermost photons of the first stars, the universe carries a subtle memory of its own birth. The Big Bang, that explosive beginning of space, time, and energy, left behind a lingering imprint. The cosmic microwave background. In this distant darkness, this relic radiation stretches thin, its energy diluted by the expansion of space. Yet it persists, a faint heartbeat of creation that has traveled nearly 14 billion years to reach us. Imagine floating in this profound void, surrounded by nothing but the soft, persistent whisper of space-time itself. Every photon of this primordial light has been stretched and cooled, shifting into wavelengths so long and gentle that it is nearly undetectable without the most sensitive instruments. And yet, even here, its presence is undeniable. It is a subtle hum that threads through all of existence, a reminder that the universe was once dense, hot, and fiery, and that from this ancient energy all galaxies, stars, and planets eventually emerged. These remnants of the Big Bang are more than mere radiation. They are the universe's memory. Tiny fluctuations in this cosmic echo reveal the earliest structures, the seeds of galaxies, and the distribution of matter that would later form clusters and superclusters. In this vast darkness, where no star shines and no galaxy glimmers, the cosmic microwave background is the ultimate storyteller, preserving the blueprint of the universe's infancy in a delicate, invisible glow. Each trembling photon is a messenger from the very beginning of time. Floating here, you sense the astonishing scale of cosmic patience. Billions of years pass as these photons drift across the universe, uninterrupted and unchanged in essence, carrying a perfect record of the moment when time itself began. They stretch and cool, fading softly into the background, yet their presence is eternal. The echo of creation is not loud or violent, it is subtle, serene, and enduring, like the quiet pulse of a cosmic heart. There is also a profound sense of connection in this silence. Even in the emptiest corners of space, where galaxies vanish and light fades beyond reach, the universe retains a trace of its origin. These faint echoes link every corner of the cosmos, from the densest star clusters to the vast stretches of void, reminding us that all things, no matter how distant or isolated, share a common beginning. And so you drift, enveloped by the delicate heartbeat of the universe itself. In the farthest darkness, where matter thins and light grows faint, the remnants of the Big Bang endure. They whisper of birth, of energy, of the beginning of everything, fading slowly into silence, yet leaving an eternal, invisible imprint on the cosmos. Here, at the edge of perception, you feel the quiet majesty of creation, timeless, infinite, and profoundly serene. The universe has no physical boundary. Its edge is only the limit of our vision, a moving frontier that recedes as we chase it. Out here, in the outermost reaches of perception, it becomes clear that what we call the edge of the universe is not a wall, not a boundary, but a shifting horizon. There is nothing solid to reach, no final wall of space to touch or observe. Instead, the edge exists only in relation to the light that has had time to reach us, a limit set by the interplay of time, distance, and the speed of light. As we attempt to chase it, the frontier stretches ever farther, receding continuously into the unknown. Imagine drifting toward this invisible boundary. The galaxies near the limit appear faint, redshifted, and sluggish. Yet beyond them, more light is still traveling, reaching us only in fragments or not at all. Even as we move closer, we cannot close the gap. The edge is an optical and temporal illusion, a horizon defined by the finite speed of light and the ongoing expansion of space. It is a moving target, a reminder that our knowledge is inherently limited, shaped by what the universe has allowed us to see so far. This illusion of an edge carries profound consequences. The farther we look, the more distant galaxies vanish from view, their light stretched beyond detectability. The observable universe is shrinking in perceptual terms, even as the universe itself grows infinitely larger. Regions exist where light from stars and galaxies can never reach us. No matter how long we wait, these unreachable areas remind us that the cosmos is far larger than our perception, a vast expanse that continues its evolution silently, beyond sight and comprehension. Floating near this frontier, you feel the strange interplay of presence and absence. The universe is everywhere, yet parts of it remain forever hidden. There is motion, matter, energy, and light beyond reach, interacting in ways that we can only infer. The edge is not a termination, but a veil, a horizon marking the boundary between what we can observe and what lies beyond our perception. It is dynamic, shifting with time, expanding with space, and retreating as we strive to approach it. And yet, there is beauty in this illusion. The moving frontier highlights the grandeur of the universe, emphasizing the infinite nature of space and the profound patience of cosmic time. It reminds us that perception is limited, but the universe itself is boundless. The illusion of an edge does not constrain reality. It invites contemplation, imagination, and reverence for the scale and complexity of existence. As you drift here, beyond the last visible galaxies and the faint glow of ancient light, you sense the infinite depth of the cosmos. The edge is a horizon that moves with every moment, a reminder that the universe is not confined by walls, but stretches endlessly in all directions. Here, at this shifting frontier, you feel both humility and wonder, witnessing the illusion of an edge, yet understanding the infinite continuity of space, time, and light that extends forever beyond. Serene and immeasurable, as our journey drifts to a close, we find ourselves returning from the unimaginable vastness of the cosmic frontier, from places where galaxies fade into silence, where light grows old, and where the universe reveals its deepest mysteries in whispers rather than in words. Out there, at the very edge of everything we can see, the cosmos showed us not emptiness, but a kind of quiet beauty, an ever-expanding tapestry of space, time, and possibility. Tonight, we crossed horizons measured not in miles, but in wonder. We witnessed galaxies slipping beyond sight, the slow cooling of ancient light, and the strange stillness that lives in the deepest dark. We felt the tug of cosmic expansion, the hum of dark energy, and the delicate balance that holds the universe together. And through it all, one truth remained. Even in its vastest, loneliest places, the universe is profoundly alive. As you settle deeper into rest, let yourself feel grateful, not just for the stars above, but for the simple miracle of existing within all of this. You are a part of a cosmos older than time itself, made from atoms forged in forgotten stars, carried across billions of years to this one quiet moment. The universe may be enormous, it may be full of mysteries we will never fully grasp, but somehow, here you are, awake within it, thinking about it, dreaming about it. That alone is extraordinary. So breathe slowly. Let the weight of the day fall away. Let your thoughts drift like stardust into the calm. The edge of the universe will still be there tomorrow. For now, it's time to rest. Good night, traveler. Sleep peacefully beneath the endless sky.